What's up, 8? How you doing, buddy? Last night was brutal. It was brutal, bro. I gotta stretch before the stream. How'd you do last night, 8? Because, it was rough for me. A lot of guys let me down. Give everybody a minute to get in here and we'll dive into it. We got a lot to go over. Absolutely huge slate. Oh, below. Bro, you telling me. Trust me, do I know. We got a ton of news to track today on today's show, gentlemen. Thankfully, a lot of the news is coming right at the first lock, which is 6 Central. So, really the only slate-breaking news after that could be Utah. I'm really concerned if John Collins plays or not. I personally don't think he's going to play, being a midday downgrade. What you mean, Don? What part of last night? That's what I mean. Got 4 minutes till we start. Probably gonna start a little sooner because, like I said, we got a metric shit ton of stuff to go over today. I know, also 8, it's the way you play, but I don't think you have to get crazy different today on a 14-game slate. Oh, I got you, Don. I got you. I'm only showing the highest owned player today at 20%. The chances of someone duping you on a 14-game slate is so minuscule. 5 years, what's up, everyone? We're about to get into it. Just giving everybody a couple minutes to join in. We're going to go over FanDuel, and then I'm going to give you every player that I like, players I don't like. Then we're going to swap over to DK and give the DK core out. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the sub button. We do these shows pretty much every day. Let's hop into it, gents. I know we still got a couple minutes, but there's so much to go over today. Let's start at point guard today. I think Darius Garland's a solid play against Atlanta. Atlanta plays fast. They play terrible defense. Really don't mind it. Now, I would say he's the perfect cash game player for GPPs. I might look elsewhere. I'm not mad at all if he lands in my lineup. Perfectly okay with it. But, definite cash game type of play today. James Harden, one of my favorite pay-ups today, playing Washington, who ranks 4th in pace and dead last in defensive rating. He's had some down games here lately, but Norm Powell is out again, and Harden's going to have to do it all for this team against a team that plays fast and plays terrible defense, so he should have plenty of opportunities today. He's averaging 1.26 fantasy points per minute. I mean, what more could you ask for? LaMelo looks good again today for me. You'll die on the Easton Hill. I agree. I feel like the Rockets have so many good young players. I just wish they got more minutes. But LaMelo, he's in play. Miami, they're okay, like mid-pack defense. Don't mind LaMelo at all today. Happy to have him in my lineups. Buddy Hield's all right. I mean, I can never trust Buddy, but he's grading out as a solid value for me today. Jose's here. I hope you're having a good time at your in-laws, buddy. Don't let me take you away from the family time. One of my favorite plays on the slate today, he might be a core piece, Kyrie Irving. Clay's not there. Who else is going to score the basketball on this team? PJ Washington's about it. Yeah, Shepard's a baller now. But I love Kyrie today. Absolutely love him. One of my favorite studs on the slate. Even against a tough matchup like New York. I mean, he's going to have so much usage today, it's going to be insane. Scottie Pippen, he's looking good. We know he has great upside. We've rostered him plenty this year. Don't mind if he's in my lineups. De'Aaron Fox, he looks solid. Don't forget, DeMar DeRozan was out when he dropped this 57, 80, 68 fantasy point game. Definitely will get different with him too. I don't think he's pulling much ownership. No, 8%, which, I mean, that's not bad at all. I think Fox looks great. Ben Simmons grading out pretty good for me. I like him today. We know that team is just depleted with injuries. Jaden Ivey is not getting the love I feel he should. Hit the game winner last night in Toronto. Without Cade Cunningham, he's put up 37 and 43 fantasy points. I got him projected for 36.5. And I want to get more. The field's on him 14%. I want to be around 20. Jared McCain looks solid. Clear number 2 behind Maxey. But even with Maxey coming back, he's still put up a good game like against Brooklyn. Don't mind McCain at all. Schroeder looks fine. I still am with Don on this one. I'm not rostering Fred VanVleet. He has killed me so many times, but he is grading out very well today. Philly's just awful. Awful. Keontae George murdered me last night. I didn't have as much as the field, and it hurt a lot when he dropped 40 fantasy points. Great spot for him, especially if John Collins misses. That's a lot of usage. It's going to open up for George there. Simons is fine. I'm really intrigued by Malik Monk.
Shop for the gamer on your list without breaking
my
the bank.
background music went to an ad. I'm sorry. But perennial 6th man of the year. You know what he brings to the table. No DeRozan. He should get more minutes than he usually does. Just great upside for only a $5,100 player. I really like him today. You can never count out Spida, especially in such a terrific matchup. He's just a MME piece for me, but I really like him today in MME. Hero's fine. Great matchup against Charlotte. McConnell, it's a slate where there's not a ton of value, so I'll have some. Ty Jerome's just been balling lately. Gonna have some of him. Brunson's just okay. He's not my preferred play at point today. If I get him in MME, I'm okay with it. We got some news. What do we got? Just saying LaMelo's going to play. I figured he would. Tyrese Halliburton. Only coming in around 2% owned. He put up 18 3-point attempts against New Orleans. So, if you think that trend can continue, I mean, he's a solid player. 8,800 and is getting almost no ownership. Sexton's fine, but I do prefer George. Suggs is a viable piece today against Chicago, who cannot defend the guard position. And then just looking down the line here, everyone else is an MME piece. I've got to get through these positions. So if you have someone in particular you want me to talk about, feel free to let me know in the chat and we'll revisit them. Let's move it over to the 2 guard, where I love some Brandon Miller today. I know you guys have heard me say that on the show for a week now. Give him to me again. He's just too cheap. He should easily be over 8K by now. Easily. Talked about most of these guys all the way down to Matherin. Matherin's fine. Kind of know what you're going to get with Math. We ain't got a ton of value today, but I think Duncan Robinson grades out pretty well. Malik Beasley I still like. Desmond Bain I hate. I'm a Grizzlies fan. I don't hate Bain, but he has killed me in DFS this year. Not much interest in Trey Murphy with this team finally starting to get a little healthier. Let us know, Don. But, I mean, the two-guard position is just rough today. It really is. I'm really going to concentrate most of my ownership to Miller, Buddy, Irving, Jaden, a little bit of McCain, Keontae George, Malik Monk. Let's move it over to the 3, but like I said, you guys got any questions, hit me with them. And Brad Sensabaugh is just a slate where we're struggling for value, especially if Collins misses. He's going to give big minutes. Definitely don't mind having Bryce at all. Core piece for me right here, Denny Advia. Gotta have him today in my opinion. I love him, love him, love him. He's put up 39 and 41 fantasy points his last 2 games, but more importantly for me, he's played 33 and 32 minutes in those games. Almost a fantasy point per minute player. Love him. That's right, like the video. We got some news. I'm checking it on my phone. It's just Haywood Highsmith. He's on track to play. That's all it said. I struggle with this guy every single slate that he's on. I can't say his name. Somebody tell me in chat how to pronounce this. Tijani Saloon? So the reason he's grading out well, I stand by my statement that I've said plenty before, is he's not a good basketball player, is they don't have big bodies. It's him and Taj Gibson. The rest of their backups are all guards. Like, let's look. Miller's a starter, Ball's a starter, Diabate or Taj will start, one of the two. They have no big bodies whatsoever. It's literally Tijani and Diabate. That's it. And Taj. But Taj Gibson needs to be in a nursing home. So at 3,700, he makes sense today. Am I excited about it? No, but he helps complete my builds. Borderline core pace for me here, Franz Wagner. Like Brandon Miller, you guys know I've been on him for a week, over a week, probably 2 weeks for Franz. He's just doing it all for this team, and this Bulls team is very bad defensively, and they run the floor. Love those pace-up spots against teams that play bad defense. He's averaging 1.44 fantasy points per minute and a usage rate of 30.67. Sign me up all day, every day. So, Banton is okay, but Banton, he may not get the minutes today because Scoot's back, Simons is playing, and that's what worries me. But Zubac is my favorite center on DK, but we'll get to that in a minute. Another guy I've liked a lot lately, Andrew Wiggins. Sign me up. I love some Wigs today. Looks really good. Yeah, it was either Dame or Portis, and I picked the wrong side of that one, Don. Tobias Harris, he's a game-time decision. I think if he plays, he's solid. I think Scotty Barnes is getting severely overlooked. Only pulling 6% ownership right now. Has everyone forgot what Scotty Barnes can do? I've been on him since he's been back. 63 fantasy points against Detroit. I think this Pelicans team is worse defensively than Detroit. 48 against Cleveland, who I think is the best defensive team in the NBA. I've got him graded for 44.5 fantasy points, and I think that's too low. I'm going to give him a little boost here. I love Scotty B today. I think he's one of the best players in the league when he's playing. Jalen Williams, he looks solid. Don't mind him at all today. talked about most of these guys. Kuzma's interesting here because Poole's back. That severely cuts into his usage. He did ball against Chicago yesterday. Didn't core him, but I told you guys I loved him. I don't mind him today, but I mean, you look at the game logs with Poole in the lineup, and it just don't look as good. But I'm absolutely not going to be surprised if he's found his game and puts up another 40 fantasy point game today. Yeah, that's true, Don. I love Barnes. Moving down the line here, Mikal Bridges is fine. Most of these guys from here down, though, are just going to be GPP MME plays. Anyone stands out to you, let me know, and I'll go over them individually in the chat. But I'm going to move to power forward unless we get a chat about somebody. Yabasule looks fantastic to me. Like I said, we're kind of struggling to find value on such a huge slate. And Yabasule should be starting today. Let me find the X post about it. I swear I seen a post that said that they were going to start. See if I can find it. Oh, here it is. Sixers expected to start Maxey McCain, Kelly Oubre, Yabasule, and Drummond. So I have him projected like he's starting, and love that if I can get 30 minutes out of him today. Great value on this slate. PJ Washington, you guys know, since Luka's been down, I've been on him. Another guy I'm loving again today. Yep. It's a tough matchup against New York, but it is going to be the Kyrie Irving and PJ Washington show. I highly recommend having at least one of these guys in your lineups. If not, both of them. That's totally fine too. But as you can see, he's failed to make value one time since Luka's been out, and then has put up 52, 44, 42, and 40. You know, 52 against OKC. OKC plays really good defense. So, really like some PJ Washington today. Pascal Siakam, he's grading out pretty well for me. Portland really does not have any bigs. They got DeAndre Ayton back today, who I like. But, man, outside of Ayton, they have no one. John Collins, if he plays, I think is terrific, but I am really concerned about him playing. Midday downgrade to questionable, it really worries me. We probably won't get this news before lock either. Like, there's a 99% chance we won't. We talked about Harris. I think Mobley's fine. You know, it's always a coin flip between Mobley and Allen. Today, if I had to pick one, it'd be Mobley, but, you know. Oh, Elite, dude, he absolutely killed me as well. I'm sorry, brother. But I do hope you cashed pretty well, buddy. I think Maxey's a solid play today, 8. Let me check his ownership. Yeah, nobody's on Maxey today. He's on 2%. Let's get back to power forward, though. Draymond Green, he's fine. He was grading out, like, exceptionally well for me. I'm not sure why. I had to manually lower him quite a bit, or he was going to be in every lineup I made. But my projections absolutely are infatuated with him. Cavs starting Garland, Mitchell, Okoro, Mobley, and Allen. Kind of who we thought they would. They are who we thought they were. I think Alex Sarr is going a little bit overlooked today. I think he has found his game. He's been getting the minutes Joe Val has been getting. Like, he's really cut into Joe Val's minutes. Put up 31 minutes in 2 straight games with 45 and 39 fantasy points. Oh, God, Elite. I hate to hear that, bro. I knew it was probably a coin flip with Dame and Portis, and I took my stand on Portis. But Levine's letdown's just legendary. But he's known for doing that. Just like coming out and deciding, no, I don't really want to play hard today, and it's so annoying. But yeah, I really like Alex Sarr. Low ownership on him too. Jared Allen, Evan Mobley, flip a coin. Well, I watched that game, and Joe Val did not get near the minutes I projected him for. Alex Sarr was getting those minutes. Going back to Sarr, you know. AD's in play every slate. Don't mind him at all today. Last time he played the Spurs, it wasn't long ago, he put up 64. I got him projected for almost 54. Jabari Smith's been playing out of his mind lately. If you think he can continue that trend, probably against Yabusele today. He's put up 33 and 38 fantasy points in back-to-back games against Portland and Minnesota with 37 and 38 minutes in each of those games. Love that. Think he could be a low on smash hit there. Coming in at 1% owned right now. He is a bit risky though. Wemby's the big guy who killed me. 37 minutes yesterday. Put up 55 fantasy points, which that's not terrible, but if I'm rostering Wemby, I want one of those 75 fantasy point games, you know. After Wemby, though, it's all really GPP, MME filler for me. Got anybody you want me to touch on, let me know, and I will be happy to. Moving it over to center, where I have one guy who stands out for me today, and it does not seem like the public's on him. LineStar's projecting him for 6% ownership. Isaiah Hartenstein. I am loving some Hartenstein today. Has played 2 games back. First game back, he played 29 minutes. Second game, he played 32 minutes and put up 43 and 34 fantasy points. That game against Sacramento, where he put up 34 fantasy points, he had 0 blocks and 0 steals. That's not like Hartenstein. He is a defensive specialist and will rack up the blocks quick. Quick. Let's see here. He's going to get all the run now, Laurie. Yeah, Bryce Sensabaugh is grading out as my best value on the entire slate. Let's see if LineStar projects him to start. I personally do, but I also have John Collins sitting too. Yeah, LineStar thinks he's going to start, even with Collins in. So, yeah, 3.8K. Bryce Sensabaugh is just a free play today, really. What kind of ownership was he pulling? 14%? I think that's too low. But going back to center, Hartenstein's my favorite on the day. Ayton, I hate playing guys coming off injury. You guys know that. Ayton's an exception today. I've looked at the industry. I got him projected lower than most of the industry does, and he's still grading out as one of the best center plays on the slate. Most of the industry I checked out today had him projected for 35, 36 fantasy points. I got him for 32.5, and he's still grading out as one of the best centers on the slate. If you don't want to go with Hartenstein, I think Ayton's a perfectly viable pivot. Perfectly viable. Nikola Jokic, I mean, you know what you're getting with Joker. I ain't got to fill you guys in. I mean, he's one of the best players in the league. Literally 90 point fantasy point upside.
These aren't
but
the sounds of holiday gifting.
I mean,
Well, not the ones you're hoping for.
Walker Kessler's going to be on him. Walker's going to foul him. It's just the way it's going to be. Oh, Kessler killed me yesterday. I was absolutely wrong about Walker Kessler. Everything pointed in the right direction for him. And I don't know what the issue was. Oh, okay. Now I do. Fouls. He had 5 fouls in that game and only played 28 minutes. I was a bit worried about that, but Turner's looking great. Don't mind Miles Turner attacking DeAndre Ayton first game back from injury. Cat's looking really good. I really like Cat. I really like Cat today, and he's not getting much ownership at only 3%. But if you want to pay down today, I think you got to go with Derek Lively. I mean, he's going to get minutes today. He's going to get them. Zubac, he's a core piece for me over on DK. Love some Zubac today. Gonna have a ton of them. Moving down the line, Sengun looks good. I feel that elite. Every time I play DK and he's in my lineup, I'm like, oh God, what kind of scrubs am I going to have to throw in here now to make it work? But I like Zubac today. Great matchup. Very consistent player. Perfect cash game play. Sengun, listen, Trey Murphy's out. That doesn't do much for me, but it is interesting. I'm interested to see what kind of lineup they roll out. It's not going to do a lot for me, but that's super interesting. No, I don't think Elf gets near the run today. I think 22 minutes tops for Elf is what I had him projected for. And I think Murray can be an intriguing tournament option. I'm not going to do it because I don't play those guys coming off injury, but this team is so decimated by injuries. Murray might have to play as many minutes as he can. And, I mean, I'm not a doctor, but analyzing injuries, he fractured his hand. If he stayed in shape, kept running and whatever, he's going to be fine to run plenty of minutes as long as his cardio is good. I mean, I've broken bones before myself, and I was still able to work out, do cardio, run, whatever. But Sengun, super intriguing to me today. Yes, he's taking on Drummond, but he's not getting much ownership, and Sengun has a huge ceiling. We talked about Ben Simmons. Trenton Watford should have to play minutes today. I can't remember which slate this was that I really liked him, but he let me down tremendously. He has every time I've rostered him this year, but he should have to play today. I think John Collins set, so I'm not really going to go over him, but I do like him if he plays. Walker Kessler, I'm not even going to, he's on the shit list right now. But the issue against San Antonio was fouls. It was fouls. The game prior against New York, he put up 35 fantasy points, and he only had 2 fouls. So, he's grading out decently if you want to roster him. Podol's fine, but really, everyone after Diabate is just MME filler for me. But I think Diabate's solid. I got Missy projected for 23.5 fantasy points. I think it's a great spot for him, I do. And he can absolutely eat today. I'm going to manually increase him because of the news of Trey being out. But I increased him to 27.5 fantasy points, and I still doubt I'll get him outside of MME. But with that said, let's go over our core. First piece, it's the easy one, Bryce Sensabaugh. Just lock him in today. Easy peasy. Second one, Denny Advia. First time I think Denny Advia has made the core on the channel, but I love him today. Next core piece, Kyrie Irving. I just can't get away from Kyrie today. Next core piece, Brandon Miller at the 2. I love Miller today. Gonna have a ton of him. And I want to make my last core piece Hartenstein or Ayton, but you guys know I hate making a center core piece just because you can only roster one. And there's just so many good ones today, so I'm not going to do that. My last core piece is going to be power forward Yabasule. And with that, it's a pretty cheap build. You should be able to run whatever you want. We're going to run it, see what kind of lineups we get while I post this in the Discord. There it is, posted in DFS plays chat. If you guys are new here, make sure you hit the like button, hit the sub button, and hey, in the chat below the stream, in the description is our Discord. Join it, and you can at me at any time, and I'll help you the best I can with lineups. Let's see what we're getting here. So, as you can see, the first 3 lineups have Hartenstein. Love it. I'm happy with it. And getting a lot of Scotty Barnes. Very happy with that. The only thing I would say I'm not getting that I would want would be Franz. But it's hard when you only when you only, I mean, we got 2 small forwards and a power forward position filled, so, but I'm really liking both of these 2 lineups, even this third one here, but it does have John Collins, which is a little scary, because I think he sits. Think Murray gets at least 30? You talking about DeJounte Murray? Because, yeah, I personally think DeJounte gets at least 30 minutes today. And I need to change my projections a bit. I think Elf could get a little more run today now. But I still don't see him playing more than 25 minutes. CJ... Man, this team. Who are they going to start at the 3? Do they just put Brandon Boston there? Or are they just going to roll Green? They're probably going to go Javonte Green. Is DeJounte getting any ownership? 4% right now. I expect that to be around 5%, so we're pretty close. Oh yeah, Murray is a straight baller now. I love some Murray. I'm not on KPJ. Drummond's okay. I prefer Yabusele over Drummond though. I'm just adjusting my my exposure. If you guys got any questions, please hit me with them. Once I get on my exposure, we're going to swap to DK. We're getting news. My phone's blowing up. Mike Conley's gonna play. Jordan Hawkins GTD. So, as a player, yes, I like him. But the issue is how that rotation is ran. You never know who's getting minutes at all, and it's so annoying. Brendan Clark. I like Clark. Let's take a look. Yeah, he's played some more minutes lately. I can get behind playing Clark today, but he is a little foul happy, so you got to be conscientious of that. I don't mind if they land in my MME lineup, Jose, but it's not someone I'm targeting by any means. But Duncan Robinson's a solid value play. Alright, let me run this one time and then we're going to go to DK. Yeah, I would not have them in single entry, personally. But that's just me. Just a second, and I'm gonna check that for you. Let's see here. Probably Scotty Barnes. Yeah, it would be Scotty Barnes for me. Okay, this didn't change too much. Let's go to DK. I know you guys are waiting on that. So not much difference here. DK. I need to manually move some people down. But LaMelo looks fantastic. Harden looks even better on DK in my opinion. Really like Harden. Scotty B. Really like. Ayo is way too high projected. Scottie Pippen, totally viable. I think Anthony Black would be a solid value option. Castle's grading out pretty well. Miller's a lock over here, by the way, guys. Just gonna go ahead and tell you. Kyrie still looks amazing. Amon Thompson, I love him today. Give me all the Amon Thompson on DK. I donate. I don't think Duop gets any run. If he gets 20 minutes, I would be surprised. Franz looks great over here. PJ Washington looks just fantastic. Diabate. Jabari Smith, I like quite a bit on DK if you need a value. We're getting so much news. My phone is constantly blowing up. We got to check it out, gents. Hornets starting Ball, Miller, Green, Mr. I can't say his name, and Taj Gibson. I have 8 notifications on my phone. Why is... Oh, it's because I hadn't cleared them. My bad. Oh, we got something new right as I wanted. Magic starting Suggs, Caldwell Pope, Franz Wagner, Wendell Carter Jr., Goga Bitzdale. Heat starting Hero Robinson, Butler, Highsmith, Adebayo. Duncan starting. Well, I do like Duncan now. Give me a second and I'll see what he's projected for. And then at center on DK, Zubac is a lock. I'm going to check Duncan over here and then we're going to... Yeah, Drummond should be starting. Duncan's just okay now. Yeah, Yabasule and Drummond should start side by side. Yeah, John Collins is doubtful now, fellas. John Collins is doubtful. Sixers starting Maxey, McCain, Oubre, Yabasule, Drummond. That's what I thought. Bulls starting Giddey, White, DeSumo, Levine, Vooch. So, I'm going to go ahead and remove John Collins from my player pool. Oh, he's not on the DK slate. I'm an idiot. Anyway, back to what I was doing. The DK core, starting off, going to be Brandon Miller. Then we're going to move it to center, Zubac. Small forward, Denny Advia. And then last guy, it's a toss-up between Washington or Jabari Smith. I'm going to go with Washington for this build, but just know Jabari Smith is a solid option. Let's build it and see what we get, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to put this in the Discord. If you're not a member of the Discord, it is in the description. Join it. You can ask me any NBA question you have, in the Discord. At me at any time. Alright, let's see what we're getting now. Come on, spit it out, spit it out. Pacers starting Halliburton, Quentin Jackson, Benedict Mathurin, Pascal Siakam, and Miles Turner. Rockets starting Fred VanVleet, Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, Jabari Smith Jr., and Sengun. Alright, this first lineup we're getting here, I love it. Love this first one. The only question mark would be Mo Bamba, but he's grading out as a good value on DK today, so I don't mind it. This lineup and this lineup. Ooh, we're getting some good DK ones today. I'm liking this, boys. I'm liking it. I'm probably going to run this first lineup with LaMelo, but that second one with James Harden is very intriguing at lower ownership. Hornets power forward for 5K. Who are you talking about? Hornets power forward for 5K. Oh, Diabate? Oh yeah, I would take Jabari Smith over Diabate today. Zero love for Bam today from me, 8. I think I would run the second lineup here. I really like this. Really, really like that. Let me go back to FanDuel where I can adjust some things with John Collins projected out. Now, where is Utah? There you are. Oh, boy. So Keontae George automatically looks better. Walker Kessler looks better, but I'm not going to do that to you guys. Johnny Juzang looks better. Quite a bit better. Cody Williams is in the G League now. Harden, Denny, PJ, Drummond, KPG, Miller, Zubac. Yeah, I mean, if you believe in Drummond and KPJ, that is fantastic. That is fantastic. Andre, I need to give him a boost now because he's just going to look so much better starting. I didn't have him boosted, but the only question mark for me really even is Kevin Porter Jr., which he's still grading out well. It's just his minutes that worry me, but he's still grading out fantastic. In fact, after I gave those boosts there, I will probably get more of them on DK now. Let's take a look. I don't know for sure, but more than likely. Wizards starting Poole, Brogdon, Killaby, Kuzma, and Sarr. Mavs starting Irving, Grimes, Najee Marshall, PJ Washington, and Derek Lively. I need to give Grimes a boost. I was kind of just waiting to see if they started him. I figured they would, but what are the Clippers doing? Clippers starting Harden, Dunn, Coffey, Derrick Jones Jr., and Zubac. So just keep that in mind, Elite, that Dunn is starting. Knicks starting who we thought they would. Brunson, Bridges, Anunoby, Hart, Towns. Hawks starting Young, Daniels. Zachary Risher starting. Jalen Johnson, Clint Capella. Interesting lineups being rolled out here today, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, Kevin Porter Jr. is showing up in my builds now. So, elite. I might manually move him down just a little bit because Dunn's starting. Take a look at that. I need to give Dunn a boost there. But even with Dunn starting, you can never tell with this damn team. They're so annoying. Blazers starting Simon, Sharp, Kamara, Denny, and Ayton. Oh. Alright, you guys got any questions? We got 20 minutes till lock. Hit me with them. I think Quentin Grimes makes a good value now, too. I need to swap him on DK, too. That's right, Dunn. Shit, who was I looking at? I forgot. Oh yeah, Utah. I'm gonna take. Okay, I already got John Collins out. Is Ayton chalk? No. So I think this is a little low, but he's 5% on FanDuel according to LineStar, and that was just updated because Hartenstein's ownership went down. Hartenstein 3%, Ayton 5%, Joker the highest at 20%. Followed by Draymond Green and Trendon Walford. Let's just avoid that Trendon Walford today the best we can. I don't know, man. I think Ayton's a beast. He's just constantly hurt. In Portland, I know this is going to sound terrible, but he reminds me of God, what was his name? What was that? Greg Oden. Just in the fact that, like, he's a pretty good big man, but he's constantly hurt. Yeah, I agree, and, you know, I hate playing guys off injury like that, but I think he's good to go today, personally. They have to have him be good to go. They really do. I think Sharp is an absolute baller. I love Sharp. I'm getting a call from North Miami Beach, Florida. What the hell? I don't know anybody from North Miami Beach, Florida. Absolutely. I think the Cavaliers are the best team in the NBA. And I'm not like super savvy in the sports betting world, but I would bet everything I have that the Eastern Conference Final is the Cavaliers and the Celtics. The Eastern Conference Final will be the Cavaliers and Celtics. I guarantee it. Who are you a fan of, Don? Who's your team? Oh, I think it'll be a fantastic matchup to watch, brother. Theoretically, yeah. Yeah, theoretically, you should be able to dominate Capella. Pelicans? So, I used to live in Gulfport, Mississippi, and that is not far from New Orleans at all. A lot of Pelicans fans down there. And that was around the time they drafted Zion. And everyone hated on me for saying that I think LaMelo will be a better basketball player. I know, dude. Like, he's dominant when he's on the court, but, I mean, the best ability is availability, baby. That's like, I'm a Grizzlies fan. I love Ja Morant, but if you can't stay on the court, then you're of no use to your team at all. Like, I think Zion is a fantastic basketball player. Absolutely dominant. But if you can't stay on the court, then what good are you? You're just pretty much stealing money from the team. 12 minutes to like, gentlemen. You got any questions, hit me with them. That is why I'm here. I am a free resource for you to use. So, I want to show you something real quick, Aid, if you got a second. Just let me know if you're in here. Okay, Najee Marshall is starting. I figured he would be. Missy over Ayton. That is... Whew, I don't think I could do that, brother. Not today. Let me know if you're watching the screen, though. I want to show you something in particular I think you would like. Alright, so let me delete this, delete that. So, right here is 100 lineups I run, right? And I have, LineStar has settings, and I'll show you those, on what kind of build you want to run. I was running highest projected, and that's what I input in my lineups. But you see here, they have percentage owned. This lineup right here, in their calculations, is 100% owned with all the ownership right here, right? So they also have something, they have two somethings. They have this high ceiling, which is riskier tournament options, and they have what I think you might like, I just ran, called Tournament GPP. It's guys that are high leverage plays with high ceilings, and that's what these lineups right here are. And if you look at the percentage owned tab, 14% owned compared to my main lineups that are 100% owned. So they have an option for you on LineStar if you want to get really different with your build, and that's what that was, the Tournament GPP build option. So like in these lineups, I'm getting Maxi. I probably don't have any Maxi in these lineups I ran here. No, none, not a single Maxi. But in these, I got 55% because that's what I set him as. Like, that's what I set the max as. But it's just, it fills your lineups up with players that are low owned. And I was just running lineups earlier today with it, and I thought of you. We got some kind of news. What do we get? Keldon Johnson will play. Devin Vassell will play. Nothing too surprising. But I'm going to run my lineups one last time, then I need to make getting a butt ton of Kevin Porter on DK. So he's grading well, Jose. He's grading well, but he's not starting. And the way they distribute their minutes in Los Angeles scares the hell out of me. So I will probably have him in my lineup, but he makes me very nervous. Yeah, man, I was just running some lineups earlier today with the different options, and I seen that one, and I was like, shit, 8 would love that. It's literally, the optimizer gives you low-owned plays, like, intentionally. That's what it's trying to do. But, yeah, I was doing it and thought of you. But they got a ton of different options for your builds here, like highest projected, high leverage. I mean, that's kind of the same thing as Tournament GPP. Tournament GPP just kind of looks for players with higher upside. And then they got high safety if you want a safe lineup. Daily matchup is based on who the players are playing that day and how their defense ranks. Predictable and consistent would be a predictable player, you know, has a steady stat line. And so on and so forth. That's the NBA for you right there, Don. They known for that. That is what they known for. Okay, finally got my lineups done. Let me open DK in the background and get those uploaded. Or, sorry, FanDuel, not DK. I need to build my DK lineup though. Yeah, Drummond at 5K is just looking really juicy on DK. I'm probably going to get Drum, if I'm being completely honest. And I'm okay with it. I love it. Baseball's my best sport by far, Don. I won $20,000 twice this summer on FanDuel. I love baseball DFS. I know 8-Legged Ape was in the company I used to be in when I hit that. I can't remember if you seen that screenshot or not, 8. Devin Vassell expected to have a minutes limit off the bench. Got 6 minutes to lock. Let's see here. Upcoming draft. Man, I'm gonna be real with you. This is my life. I just love sports first and foremost, and then I love like the analytics behind it, trying to figure out, oh, this player is good because he does this, but nobody notices it, right? Like Denny Advia today, he's probably my favorite core play of the day. Most average MVA fans could not name Denny Advia, but he's a baller, man. He does a little bit of everything. 4 minutes to lock. My lineups need to hurry up. Oh, dude, I've taken down the nickel so many times. It's my favorite contest. I max that every single day. I wish I had a spreadsheet that told me how many times I took it down, but I took it down a lot. The quarter quite a bit too. The payouts on FanDuel for the nickel and the quarter are not near as high as they used to be, though. I sure hope so, Don. I need it. I've been dry too long. Are you for real? Hey. What'd they do? See me at the top of a contest or something? You should have chimed up and said, hey, I know where he's at. Come join us. Nah, I'm kidding, bro. I don't want you to ever poach their members like that. But I do miss a lot of my old friends over there, man. I wish they'd join, even if it was just for free, just so we could hang out in the Discord and, you know, chat. I miss them guys quite a bit. I dedicated a lot of time and energy to the dojo, man. They kind of done me dirty, but I hold no ill feelings whatsoever. I wouldn't be where I'm at. 1 minute, guys. 1 minute. Get those lineups in. I do not want you to be left standing. But with that said, I am going to hop out of here. You need anything? Yeah, I love Donnie and OG. They're both awesome. If you guys need anything throughout the night, feel free to @ me. I'm happy to help you any way I can. I will have a NFL write-up for absolutely free tomorrow. And if you guys are interested in that, join the Discord. It is linked in the description down below. Also here in the chat. Good luck, guys. I appreciate your time. We will see you later.